Hello, beautiful people. This is Eleni. 2 weeks ago, I made this big statement. I'm really good at making big statements where I would do all these things so that I could get closer to God, so that I can be closer to the essence of who I am. I thought that if I would let go of all the things that keep me temporarily happy but don't give me ultimate fulfillment, then I'm one step closer to God. And so that's what I decided to do, and I made a video about it 2 weeks ago, which is called 1 Year of Devotion. And I almost didn't turn up today to make this follow-on video because I thought, what's the point? It's only been 2 weeks and I haven't even kept 90% of what I said that I was going to do. But with everything that we do, there are lessons, there are learnings, there's an up-leveling. Every time we watch ourselves doing something, we learn from that experience. And so I'm here today to talk about what actually happened, what my learnings are, how that's really been beneficial in this spiritual journey. And so let's start at the very beginning. 2 weeks ago, I made a statement that there were certain things I was going to do. I was going to go on a water fast for 4 days. I was then going to follow that up with 1 meal a day. I was going to get up at 4:30 every day. I was going to do meditation multiple times a day. I was going to do all these things that would bring me closer to the one source, the being that's higher than all of us, really just ignoring the temporary needs of the smaller self. So the very first thing that happened was that a lady who I know very well, and she's a beautiful lady, and she did this from all her heart. She contacted me and she said, you should not be doing this fasting because you need to read Dr. Mindy's book on Fast Like a Girl. Otherwise, you're going to be doing damage to your body. And as soon as she said that to me, I felt this resistance because I know my body and I've become very good at listening to my body. So I would listen to my body ahead of any bestseller's book at any time. I don't ignore what my body tells me. I observe, I listen, and I put into action. I said, thank you so much for that advice, but this is the journey I'm taking. And the thing is, even if somebody is taking a journey that you believe to be wrong, you need to be able to trust their ability to discern what is right and what is wrong for them, especially recognizing that there is no wrong, that there are only lessons to be learned, and nothing can happen that will be bad. It can only be good because you're having this experience and you're doing this experiment. And so the very first thing, I did actually do it, which was I said I was going to do a 4-day water fast. In fact, I did a nearly 5-day water fast, which I think was great because it gave me a pattern interrupt in terms of eating all day like I'm used to. It got me connected into myself. I didn't have the energy to do many things, and so a lot of the day I was closing my eyes and going within. So it achieved everything I wanted it to achieve. Shortly after, the plan was that I was going to go to a 1 meal a day sort of fasting protocol. But I found myself during that time at a speakers conference in another city where all the food was catered for. Pretty much I decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. I am just going to make choices but be very aware of my choices. And that's exactly what I did. I looked at myself and went deep into why am I choosing that? How does my body feel? Why am I choosing that? How does my body feel? For instance, in all the conference rooms, there were chocolate bullets. And chocolate bullets, it's like the universe put them there on purpose because they had nuts, which is my nemesis, and chocolate bullets. The two things I can't just have a few of them. I have to have like a never-ending amount. When I started to have those things, I just noticed how my body felt, and my body didn't feel good. So rather than judging myself, I just let it go. I just completely let it go because it was like, well, how is my body feeling? And my body was not feeling good. It didn't really like having bullets. It didn't really feel good having all of those nuts. And so by just observing the behavior dissolves, but you have to observe it without judgment. That's the critical aspect of whenever you observe what you're doing, you need to observe without any judgment whatsoever. Then when I came back home, it was easy for me to move to 2 meals a day because I felt like I wasn't ready for 1 meal a day. And then I just allowed myself to eat whatever I wanted in those 2 meals. So 2 meals meant 2 hours of eating and whatever I wanted to eat. So for instance, I never usually allow myself to eat bread or rice or anything like that, but it's like, just go for it. Whatever you want in that hour is yours. I found myself finding this very easy to do, where I allowed myself to eat whatever I wanted in 2 hours of the day. And then I ended up bringing those 2 hours closer together, and it ended up being 1 hour for a couple of the days. And so now I'm happy to do either 2 meals or 1 meal, whatever. I'm finding it very, very easy. And the benefit of that is that it allows your body to digest everything that you've put in it. It also breaks the pattern of you being addicted to constantly eating, addicted to thinking about food throughout the day. So instead, I can breathe, I can focus on whatever it is that I need to do rather than eating. And so my point there is, no, it didn't go as planned. I didn't go from a water fast straight away to a 1 meal a day, but I found my way around there eventually. And the way that I did that was just by observing myself, by not judging anything that I was doing. And in terms of getting up early, so getting up at the 4:30 mark, I find these days that whenever I go to somewhere like a conference where there's a lot of energy, a lot of noise, a lot of people, I get physically exhausted. My nervous system is very aware of it, whereas before I used to that was normal life for me. It's very unusual for me to be in so much noise. I can't handle noise. Even if I'm in somebody's car and they've got the radio on, it's like somebody is putting their nails upon a blackboard. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I was exhausted after I came back from the conference in Brisbane. And so what I felt that my body needed in the morning was just to sleep. So the last thing I was going to do was thrash my body and say, you need to get up at 4:30 and go to the gym. You know, like those statements that we keep people in bondage are things like, never miss a Monday from the gym. Like, why not? If your body is really exhausted and really tired, why do you need to go to the gym just because you said you're going to? Like, let it go. There are so many things that I've let go of. Like, I used to be this person that was addicted to rules and ways of doing things. Now it's all about listening to the body and what's the body saying. And the body literally for a few days just wanted to rest in the morning and go for a gentle walk until I decided, okay, now the body's ready to go to the gym. And so really listening into whatever the body is saying. What I have realized is that I have got 6 learnings out of this experience, which is, number 1, it's okay to sway off course because there is no off course. There is no off course. Everything is on course. I did really feel that there was a part of me that wanted to move to 1 meal a day. And where I am with that, and it's not because of weight loss, it's just because I just felt like that would be good for me, that sometimes I'll do it and sometimes I won't, depending on how I feel on that day. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. And I don't decide until on the day. So I'll have my 1 meal at about 1 p.m. And then if I feel hungry at all and I really, really, really want food, then I'll have another meal. If it's like, oh, I've forgotten all about it because I'm busy and I'm working, then I don't. So it's that simple. It's just like going with the flow. So number 1, it's okay to sway off course because there is no off course. There is only on course. We've got to stop being so strict with what we think we have to do, all the shoulds in our life. There is no should. There is only observation of existing habits and patterns, making conscious and intentional choices to change them or not. Number 2, joy is a frequency, not a reward. It's not something you get at the end of something. It's something that you feel during. And what I felt when I was at the speakers conference was I really didn't want to be in suffering. I wanted to enjoy all the food and all the things that was on offer. And that's okay because at the end of the day, I am human. Number 3 is when I am seeking something, I am not in flow. So by seeking this higher connection to a higher being, to God, to something that is greater than me, when I'm seeking it, I'm actually not in flow because I'm looking for something. as opposed to just being in the natural state of joy and then realizing that God is all around me and everything is one. It's a completely different energy when you're seeking. And this has been a big one for me because ever since my spiritual awakening, nearly 4 years ago now, I've been seeking to stay in that state of oneness and awareness. And by seeking, you're actually prolonging the separation. Very big one. Number 4, observing all the choices that you make throughout your day, because being conscious of every single choice ends up dissolving all the things that don't serve you. Being really conscious of every single choice you make. Number 5, forgiving yourself really quickly. So when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, it's okay. I'm human. I am human. And the old me would have said, oh yes, but now you're setting a precedent and now you're setting a standard for doing less than. That might have been the case back then, but now I know I'm capable of anything I want to do. I know I can do anything. I mean, I just did a 5-day water fast. I know I can do it, but why am I doing it? Is this going to bring me closer to what I'm seeking? Or maybe I just need to let go of seeking. So really observing what's going on for you while you're making the choices that you're making. Number 6, know that doubt is part of the dance. So when I said I was going to do all those things and I didn't end up doing them, it was like, okay, forget it. Like, I'm not doing this 1 year of devotion because I couldn't even do it for 2 weeks. That's just part of the dance of life. Whatever we decide to do, there will be doubts that will come in, and making that okay. And so where am I now? Now I've had this incredible realization that I've got to stop seeking and just be in the joy of living this life, which most of the time I am these days. But there's times when the doubt comes in, the voices come in, and it's like, oh, shouldn't you be doing something? Shouldn't you finish your book? Shouldn't you be doing more videos? Shouldn't you be making an effort to speak to more groups? Shouldn't you? And that shouldn't you is just like this hammer that gets and puts you down. So how about we just do whatever we want in that moment? Let go of the programs that make us believe that we have to do something a specific way, and trust that we are all being led along the path back to home. We are all being led back to who we really and truly are, and that we just need to be more compassionate with ourselves. We need to let go of the conflict that exists in our life, because it's the conflict that brings about separation. So if there's conflict between wanting to do something and not doing something, if you really want to do something, get it out of your system and do it. If you really want to make that choice, make it. But just be aware that you are making that choice. And then whatever choice you make, be really compassionate about that choice. That it is okay. Whatever you decide is okay. You're human and it's all okay. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of learning. But it's when we're unconscious to those choices, we keep repeating the same thing over and over again, and we want something different. Be conscious to your choices. And I love the fact now that I've moved my meals to the most 2 meals a day, that I never forget now, because they are important for me to sit down and have those meals, is that I do a prayer before I eat, and I thank everybody that has come together to bring me this food. All the innovators, all the entrepreneurs, all the farmers that have decided to give me that food, the organic eggs, my organic tomatoes, my organic cucumbers, my gluten-free bread that someone has made. I'm just so grateful for all of that. Really taking a moment to appreciate everything that I put in my mouth. So it didn't happen the way that I had planned for it to happen, but I knew that it felt like this was something that I needed to do for me. Does that mean I'm going to have 2 meals a day for the rest of my life? Probably not. But at this point in time, this is what is working for me. And sometimes it goes to 1 meal, sometimes it stays at 2 meals. And if I go to another conference, it'll probably be more than that. Probably be 3 meals, and that's okay too, whatever. So just making it all okay and watching yourself, observing, getting the lessons, recognizing that whatever you're seeking, that brings about the separation, because it means you're not there yet, as opposed to being in this moment. If you're seeking something, it means that you're not actually appreciating this moment. So this moment is perfect just the way it is. if we just appreciate this moment. Just appreciate this moment. That's all we need to do, is appreciate this moment. There is no other moment apart from this one. If this video resonated with you, I'd love for you to comment and to tell me about your journey. I'm interested to hear. Sending you so much love. And please subscribe, like, comment. It really makes a difference to getting the truth out there and stopping the shoulds. See you later.